Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the TikTok incident that happened this weekend. Kind of give you guys the timeline of exactly what's happening for those who are curious. So let's get started. So, TikTok ban, lots of sus moments, but we're gonna go through the incident and the timeline before we get there. So the incident happened this weekend where TikTok went offline in United States Saturday night. So if you guys were paying attention or even watching TikTok, you guys probably could not access it. Currently, download is unavailable right now. So TikTok and other ByteDance apps such as CapCut are not available in the region or the country you're in. That's the message that's been shown to a lot of people. Some people are saying VPN does not work as well. So the timeline goes like this. For those who are not clear with the TikTok incident, I've organized it for you guys to understand where it all started and how it started. So law was passed with broad bipartisan support in Congress and signed in April by President Joe Biden. The name of the law is Protecting Americans from Foreign Advisory Controlled Applications Act. So the date, which might become important in that little sus moment that I'm talking about, for TikTok was determined by two representatives, Mike, who is Republican, and Raja, who is Democratic. They will be finding any social networking services within at most 1 year if the president think it's a sus app. Now, they do say the word fine, but the calculation that goes into it, it's basically saying we're going to ban your app if you don't follow our orders or directions. What's interesting about this law is that you can see that it's mainly targeting ByteDance because of the long title. I first read the long title and I was really shocked. But the long title goes, "An act to protect the national security of the United States from the threat posed by foreign advisory controlled applications such as TikTok and any successor applications or service and any other applications or service developed or provided by ByteDance or an entity under the control of ByteDance." Kind of interesting. So after passing the law, they gave a deadline to ByteDance saying by January 19th, 2025, either give up control or ownership to an American. So it has to be, I guess, like an American citizen. Or we will fine the company $500 per user and not allow distributions or any updates. So what I did was I calculated $500 per user, and I'm guessing this is going to be monthly, right? I know some people might say 170 million users per month. I read somewhere that it was 150. I just calculated to be safe. If you were to say 150 million users were to use TikTok app, that would be $75 billion. Now, for some of you guys, that might not come in sense of how much is $75 billion worth. Well, guess what? It's worth actually Chipotle, which is right now at $78 million. So you can kind of do the comparison. Now, with the Biden administration, I did see some news actually in Korean saying that maybe Biden had something to do with it. Not really think there was anything with Biden here, though I don't want to get too political, but he did say, I'm not going to deal with this, so I'll leave this up to Trump administration to fix all the issues. So don't look at me like I'm out of the office like tomorrow, so you're going to have to be dealing with this. And so what happened was that TikTok, knowing that the 19th is going to come soon, was like, oh my God, it's coming up. The D-Day is coming up in like 2 days. So I'll show them a lesson by showing what will happen if you keep messing around with TikTok. And so on the 18th, TikTok shuts down its app saying, you know what? You guys, I'm sorry, because of the banning issue going on, we can't continue our business. You guys can't access TikTok. Sorry, that's what the law says. You guys, we tried our best. That's all we could do with our business. There was kind of a bit of misleading, I would have to say, in the message that they provided. It isn't banning of TikTok, right? Because technically the law says it would be fine and that's all they have to pay. But like I said, they would be paying a Chipotle worth of money every month, which is basically say we're going to have to be banned, right? So then on the 19th, Google and Apple Store was like, oh my God, we got to follow the law. So we're just going to remove the app from the App Store. If you type in TikTok or CapCut, you get a message saying, we can't let you download this app from the country that you're in because of the law. So sorry, guys. But if you have the app downloaded already, you can still access it. But if you get a new phone or if you have deleted it and want to re-download it, that will not work. And why did Google and Apple Store do this? Because if they don't follow this law, they will be paying $5,000 per user per month, which is approximately $750 billion per month. And what company is worth $750 billion? Walmart. So they are paying a Walmart price, which means that Google and Apple Store made sense of banning this app. Now, actually, funny story. Trump saw this and he's like, oh, hey, TikTok. No, we can talk it out. Just give me a moment. Like, in 2 days, I'll be back in office. We'll have some type of agreement. So he actually gave a 90 days extension to TikTok because on the 20th will be his inauguration. Some people might be like, why is it always the 20th? Well, since 1937, it has always been the 20th, unless the date falls on Sunday. That might be a little sus moment. We'll get there. But continuing. Now, because of all this incident, there's been news and kind of show of hands of billionaires who are interested in buying TikTok. But here's my assumption. In the end, China does not want to give up TikTok because of the money it's making. So I don't see a point of them selling this anytime soon. But here were the people who were interested. Mr. Beast did say he wanted to buy TikTok so it doesn't get banned, later claiming he had so many billionaires reaching out to him and said he would see if we can pull this off. Which makes sense. He is a very big influencer. Musk, obviously, especially because he has good relationship with China. Maybe China has more of a trust with Musk. At least for Tesla, he has a huge factory in China and everything's kind of going well for him. There's this billionaire also who's interested in buying it. His name is Frank McCord and his company Project Liberty. He's backed by the Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary. Funny random side story about Frank is that he's the Los Angeles Dodgers owner. Well, he was. So I thought for those who are fans might kind of know who he is. I didn't know who he was, so I had to look him up. So here's kind of the reasons why US wants to ban. One of them was kind of maybe my personal opinion too, but generally people are saying personal information leakage. That's like the main issue. But I also think that US kind of wants to be the number one social media company. I know right now YouTube, Facebook, Instagram are out there doing their best, but in terms of the Zoomers, the young kids, the alphas, they are looking into more of TikTok than the other threes. And because they are also important in the upcoming future life, maybe that's probably why. But the official reason of why US wants to ban TikTok is, I would have to say, personal information leakage. Because in theory, the parent company, ByteDance, is Chinese, and I've also heard rumors that there were some type of reverse engineering being done on TikTok saying that they are actually collecting data. We don't know if it's being sent, so it is all rumors. We are not 100% sure, but that is out there. Now, here are some interesting sus part that I found while reading a couple of news related to this incident. So questions that needs to be solved. Why did the date of TikTok ban happen on January 19th? Was a little sus. They knew 20th would be the presidential inauguration. Like I said, it happens every year or every presidential inauguration. But then 270 days after April 23rd, 2024 is January 18th, 2025. So maybe not. Some people did say it used to be 180 days, but they've extended to 270 days. Yeah, maybe there is kind of like a, was this to make like a booby trap? I don't know. It's kind of sus. Also, another question is Trump initially wanted to ban TikTok. I remember in his time, he did not trust TikTok that much, but now he's waiting for the inauguration and gives time and extension, especially because a couple of the Republicans are very much against TikTok. So what made him to change his mind would be kind of like another sus moment, questionable time. I know there are rumors, but trying to go with the fact. So next one is, does TikTok really want to be sold to an American? That is what the law is stating. But if the selling of personal information is actually true, TikTok doesn't want to sell the company because of exposure, right? So that could be a little sus moment in terms of TikTok. But then, US social media companies and other companies are already notorious for selling data. Meta, cough, cough, cough. I know all the things you've done. The only concern is US social media is still part of US and government has the control over it, unlike TikTok. Though they do say TikTok is specifically for the US market, so they say that they're not selling. Whose words can we trust, right? Lastly, has it been confirmed that TikTok has been actually selling personal information? Some people do not trust the US government, but that's what the US government is saying. We have not seen any details, any facts, or anything that we are visually being able to see. So that could be kind of like a sus moment. And that's probably what a lot of the news that you're reading or a lot of the articles are stating. So those are a couple of the questions you'd be looking out for when you guys are reading this news. So a couple of conclusions we get from this whole weekend incident about TikTok. We'll have to see Trump's action on what he will be doing about this. He does seem like he doesn't want to lose his followers on TikTok. I heard he has a lot too. So that's kind of a little concern. TikTok probably will not want to be sold. There's no point of selling. They are kind of in that status of bring it on. Sue me if you can. I don't see any problem. You guys don't scare me. Especially the shutdown of TikTok was pretty big too, right? And China or the Chinese company has no good reasons to give this up. Why would they? They probably are already earning a lot of money through TikTok, especially because TikTok is top 5 American social media platform, guys. So they don't have any good reasons unless they're gonna get like trillions of dollars maybe, but even that And finally, what should alphas do? You better be waiting for what Trump will do at this point. There are possibility that you guys could riot or go against it, but right now it seems that we are kind of waiting on what the Trump administration will be starting to do by tomorrow. So that was all for today's TikTok ban quick update and what I've gotten so far about it and a couple of sus moments along with my conclusion. Hope this helped for those who were kind of unsure and had so much information like me. It took me 3 hours to kind of organize what was going on and I still was confused till the last 10 minutes. So, hope this helped you and see you guys on my next one. Bye, guys!